What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld, and right now we're going to be talking about Madden 21 Ultimate Team and who are going to be the top 3 most used QBs in the game. Now, you guys already know we went over the Aaron Rodgers, we went over Lamar Jackson. Shout out to you guys correcting me about the way to pronounce that. It's Truss, not Trues. You know, with the Z's, yeah, it is what it is, but I appreciate my community for letting me know, like, yo, bro, you messing up Lamar Jackson swag. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. It is Truss. That is his ability. So we're going to go on from there. And I do want to point out, guys, in Ultimate Team, you know, based on the information that I've been getting, all QBs will be eligible to get Truss as one of the abilities that you can have as a Superstar X Factor. But during regs, like I explained before, because like I said in the video, this is specific to regs, but we're utilizing it based on Ultimate Team because they usually give us this information first, and then they drop us with everything with the Ultimate Team stuff later. So the top 3 quarterbacks, in my opinion, right? Aaron Rodgers. Now hear me out. Remember, this guy, depending on how you play the game, we saw that this year in Madden 20, with his release, he was able to play without abilities and get the ball off. I still feel after playing the Madden closed beta that he will continue to do just that. So he will be an option if you want to get that ball out super fast. Plus, if you do want to keep Gambler on him, it'll probably help you with, you know, the lessening amount of predetermined picks that are going to be in the game. For the most part, it wasn't very like dominant in the game, but it was there in the Madden 21 beta. So, you know, the CPU will still make plays wildly and it'll just be ridiculous and they'll pick it off. But he does, you know, I expect him to still have his same release because Mahomes had his same, you know, glitchy release where it takes forever to throw the ball. So for the most part, I think they kept the releases the same. All right, so he's going to be one of the top 3. Okay, after that, Lamar Jackson, because he's part of a lot of the pre-orders, a lot of you guys are going to be going crazy over this. Now, I want to just point out a few things, right? If you choose to go with this offense, there are going to be benefits and there are going to be a lot of negatives also with it, right? The throw power is not going to be as, you know, it's not going to be as explosive as you would like. But if you run an offense where once they give us the full game that you can roll outside the pocket and throw the ball accurately and you have the proper abilities, he could be one of those guys. So I'm going to go ahead and put him up there as, you know, one of the top. He's one of the top 3. Plus, his power up, you know, is part of that MVP package where a lot of you guys are trying to debate, you know, what Madden should I get, Gmia? Remember, Madden is all about Ultimate Team if you look at it overall, all right? So if you're not going to be playing Madden Ultimate Team, just get the Standard Edition if you don't care and, you know, it doesn't matter when you get the game. If you're a MUT player, it might benefit you a lot more to get that other version. I don't know what I'm getting yet because I don't know if I'm going to actually be able... You know what's ill about this? Like, when we play the EA Access, right, 6 days early, we'll be able to get all our information there, but I don't know if that'll be too late for the cutoff. I think you got to pre-order the game before that. But I wish that they would let us see it, like, you know, feel it out. Because is his power going to be that expensive? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, will it be something like that? Will they do maybe a challenge for the power-up like they did for some of them in Madden 20? That might be, you know how EA be getting us, dude? Like, we'll spend mad coins, and they be like, yo, here goes this challenge. Like, what? Oh, I just spent all this. All right, whatever. And then we just accept it. But that could be an option. That could be something that you get. So when EA is giving away something for free, like sort of like the remember last year with the Cowboys players like Emmitt Smith, Troy Aikman, and all that stuff. You know, there were other versions and different ways for you to get it that wasn't as expensive. So that's what's making me very hesitant about like going after that MVP. But you do get other benefits. Some of you guys are saying, why don't you just buy the regular game and then just spend extra money on a bundle? That also may be genius, bro, because you might get a lot more out of the bundle than you do from getting what EA is giving you for free, including all those gold player packs and everything else. So, you know, Aaron Rodgers, Lamar Jackson, those guys are going to actually be, you know, in Ultimate Team, 2 of the top players that people are going to use as far as the QB position. Now, remember, this third player, now, with Patrick Mahomes, this is what's going to make him dangerous. He's going to have one of the bigger arms. And remember, this is before Legends. Because some of you guys are like, yo, Gmia, where you going? I just want to know your quarterback. Like, let me know how you're going to start the game off. This guy right here, if they tune the game, just hear me out. If they tune the game any way possible to make Mahomes get the ball off quicker, even if we have to use an ability slot for Gunslinger, he might be more valuable in the long-range passing game. Okay, that might be something that we have to look at, because remember, when the game comes out first, that's when it's usually at its best. So with a guy like, Tyreek Hill, that's going to have, be one of the faster cards to start, if you're able to get him and Tyreek Hill, your offense may be set for like the first couple of weeks, maybe a month of Madden 21. You guys know what I'm talking about. Go back to my original Madden 20 videos. Lamar Jackson was eating, bruh. It was wild. And remember, this is for us to get the biggest advantage. We have to get the head start. Because if we wait too long, we're not... Listen, we got to win games when the game first comes out. Because once it gets adjusted, we're done. It could be in our favor. It might take us time to get over it, to figure it out. A lot of different variations can come into play. I don't want to deal with that, so I don't want you guys to think that, yo, bro, we're just going to go out here and wing it. We're not winging anything, dude. We're bringing out the best possible players to win the games early, because those trophies, we have to get that level master or whatever, the series master, and sell that idiot and get coins to start the year off. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not out here playing games, dude. Like, this ain't a joke. Like, dudes is coming out, like, I already know. A lot of dudes got dealt with in 20 that watch my videos and just waiting for 21 to see, like, yo, you can't moss no more, I'm coming for you. And I accept that. Because like I said, a lot of you guys are running the Stretch and Streaks ebook, Gmia's own. Bro, listen, it is what it is, bro. I got dominated by it the other day in Weekend League. It is what it is. Like, sometimes it's just really, really wild and unattainable. But without the legends, because I would put, if they give us Michael Vick early, Michael Vick is always one of those QBs that's one of the top. And he's probably obviously going to be able to get trust and all that stuff. So when you activate him, he won't fumble the ball and things like that. If they give us Michael Vick early, he would be one of the top 3. But if that doesn't happen, it's going to be Aaron Rodgers, Lamar Jackson, and more than likely Patrick Mahomes. Because any other legend other than Michael Vick won't really matter as much, because you're going to get everything out of each one. Like, out of these top 3 QBs that I'm showing you, you're going to get everything you possibly need out of all 3. So if you're asking me, like, how are we starting off, that will be the best bet. Now, the structure and the way that you play the game is going to vary. For instance, right, when you look at Mahomes and you look at Bazooka, a lot of you guys are probably like, yo, but Bazooka, you know what I'm saying, as the year goes on, it doesn't really matter. What do you mean by that? Does it, like, is it going to really matter to throw the ball 80 yards? Let's go ahead and rewind and go back to Madden 20 when this was first announced. You guys remember I did a video about it, Bazooka, all that stuff. I'm like, yo, 15 yards is crazy. And then when we got the game and we got it activated early when the game was first released, do you remember how far the ball went? You know what that did to defenses? It completely destroyed the defenses, because if you had a fast player, listen, they had to play back off coverage. So what did that do in a game where it was run based? It opened up the run game. So that made it so much easier for us to get the ball downfield. Now remember, you do not have to use Patrick Mahomes, okay? But he's going to have benefits in regs that's probably going to make him a guy that you want to use. Plus, with all the other additions that they have, this offense is going to still be a track team. You won't have a problem scoring, but defensively, you may have a little bit of issues. In Ultimate Team, they still cheat for him, bro. And remember, he was a cover athlete, so EA doesn't, like, bruh, they're going to make sure he's right. Same thing, like, you guys got same thing with Tom Brady. Like, you guys are going to be using Tom Brady, coming out there, doing whatever you want, Hot Route Master, if they let you get that initially. That's going to be a game changer. But he won't be one of the top QBs because he's a pocket QB. And because Lamar Jackson is on the cover, they got trust and all these kind of weird abilities, you're going to need to understand that. Don't make the mistake that I did in Madden 20 and not have somebody that can move. Unless we can still moss dudes. If we can still moss dudes, we don't need to be running around and doing all that other stuff. If they made it so we can't really moss dudes, or it takes a little bit of time to figure out how to moss dudes, we're going to have something in the bag. So the best way to do it at the beginning of the year is to get the strongest arm QB and just zip the ball. Because as long as you're able to do that, you're not going to have any issues. So that's why I really look at Patrick Mahomes as a guy is like, you know what? We could probably do something along those lines depending on how, what his throw power is on his card and what his throwing motion is at launch. Because the only difference is a lot of these cards, when they first start in Madden Ultimate Team, they're going to have obviously the lower overalls, but some of them are going to have specific attributes, and that's going to be the reason why we use them. For instance, Lamar Jackson by far is going to be the fastest QB in the game when the game starts. So you might look at it like, all right, it's beneficial to us to go ahead and get the MVP edition because we'll already have his power up and we'll be a step ahead. If that's what you're already sold into and that's what you want to do, then that makes sense for you. But remember, it's not all about you individually, it's about everybody that's watching the video. So everybody has to have an understanding of where we're gonna start. I feel that whichever route you go, you're gonna have to probably be around that route for about 2-3 weeks. Because if we invest in Aaron Rodgers, we gotta be able to throw that ball super fast. It's gonna be something about the way he gets the ball off fast that's gonna make sense for us. Because remember, you can now throw the ball out of sacks also. So that might make Mahomes better because his throw power is so much higher. If he throws out of a sack, it might still go to where the player is, as opposed to a guy like Drew Brees that has an 83 throw power in regs and will probably be lower in mud. His throw out of sack won't really do anything. So this guy will not be used. More than likely, he will not be a QB that people are using, even if you are a New Orleans Saints fan, because he won't benefit you at all in Ultimate Team. Now, in regs, it might be a different story because Michael Thomas 99, you might be able to get the ball to him, etc., etc. It might work out. But this is just what I wanted to make sure we understood, because we need to start our game plan right now. We have to be able to know exactly what we're getting into. So our top 3 quarterbacks that we're going to choose from: Aaron Rodgers, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes. I would love to hear your top 3. Leave it in the comments. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. You have an unbelievable day. One love, y'all.